In this video, I'm going to show you how to approve your time card and how to request PTO. Once you log into the Paychex Flex platform, you will be able to land on this dashboard page. Once you do, you're going to navigate over to the Time and Attendance tab so that you can begin approving your time card. You're required to approve your time card by 10 p.m. the Sunday before payday week. So if you're getting paid this upcoming Friday, 6 days from now, you need to approve your time card by 10 p.m. We will be sending out reminders for this. I'm going to start by navigating down to this section where I can review my time card for the appropriate time period. I can make sure I'm in the right pay period by selecting either of these arrows back and forth to make sure that I've selected the appropriate pay period that I'm reviewing. You'll notice that each of these have a status of either unapproved or approved. So I can select one day and approve it one at a time by selecting approved day that way. Alternatively, I can look at each of these days and the total hours that I've worked and select approve all. After I'm all good with that, I can also make sure that the hours that I worked are consistent with what I believe to have worked. So if, for example, you think you worked 2 weeks of 29 hours each week, naturally it should be 58 hours in total that you're being paid for. However, if you notice here that it's 150 hours, there might be something off. So this is a good place to look to make sure that your hours are correct. Next, I'm going to go and teach you how to request PTO. I'm going to navigate over here to the calendar tab within the time and attendance section, and I will select the view all option for time off requests. I'm going to click request time off, and I'm going to start by selecting the appropriate PTO type that I'm selecting. Next, I will select the dates that I want to take off. So let's say I want to take off 2.5 days. So I'm going to say the 15th to the 17th. And just as a reminder, PTO requests are to be taken in full day, 8 hours, and half day, 4 hours increments. So let's say I want to take a full day on Thursday, April 15th, a full day on Friday, April 16th, and a half day on April 17th. Once I've selected that, you'll see the total hours that will be deducted from your balance if this is approved. And lastly, you can select, or rather put in a note for what the PTO request is for. This is not a required field, but we encourage you to use it when at all possible or when personal matters don't prohibit you from doing so. Lastly, you're going to just simply select submit. I do want to remind you that the PTO request is something that should be prospective, which means we want to make sure we're doing it prior to taking the day off that we are taking off. We must request approval for the PTO before we actually take the day off, hence PTO request and not PTO tell. So that being said, I want to make sure that you guys feel like you're equipped to handle this system. If there are any questions you have, please feel free to reach out to me, but I hope this video has been helpful.